Hello, my dear friends. It's me, Ksenia, and I know that we didn't see each other for a really long period of time. And thank you very much for waiting. And actually, the reason why we haven't seen each other for such a long period of time is here, dear friends. Ta-da-ta-ta-ta! Dear friends, I got red diploma for my philology. So yeah, dear friends, right now the information which I will give you will be even much more important than it was before, right? So actually, dear friends, today we gonna speak about cases, the most terrifying rubric for many of you and even for me, because it took me so much time to get a material for you. Usually I have not so many papers with me, but today I do. So dear friends, let's actually start understanding the cases. My dear and lovely, before we gonna speak about specifically one or another case, let's just understand what actually the case is. Because, for example, in English, we don't have cases, but in Russian we do. What for? What is it? Let's talk about this. So, dear friends, actually, I will use my papers to be always correct. And the definition of case will be such. Case is a form of noun that express its relationships to the other words of speech. So actually, case helps us to realize relationships between words in the sentence. So, dear friends, let's think about it. Why in English we don't have this? We don't need to express relationships between words in English? No, we have to. But how we do this? In English, really nicely works word order, because it's really strict in English. And also works prepositions, which also shows the relationships. In Russian language, we don't have so strict word order. That's why we need the cases. We also have prepositions in Russian language, but they, work together with cases, which makes the situation worse, actually. But still, dear friends, in Russian, we do need the cases to show the relationships between the words. And maybe some of you already understood that if case shows the relationships, it means that this category, case category, connected with syntax. Dear friends, so that's why today we're gonna talk kinda also about syntax. Dear friends, as we already understood what the case is, approximately, right now we can really start talking about specifically about the cases. And the first case will be nominative case. In Russian we call it именительный падеж. Dear friends, sometimes I read comments of the students who learn Russian, and I really like the comment of one student who said, I have no problems only with nominative case. And it was really fun because, to understand the nominative case is quite easy. But I kind of think that you may know some new facts about it also today. So, dear friends, today we will discuss the most common situation when we use the case, the specific case. We're not gonna talk specifically about the endings, because about this we will talk a bit later in my next video. But today about the situations. My dear and lovely, the first situation when we use nominative case is, I guess you know, when noun is a subject. In this situation we use nominative case, and here you are an example. Girl runs. Girl runs, such a short sentence, and here girl will be subject, and we should to use nominative case for it in Russian. So we'll translate it like девочка бежит. Девочка, ending a, shows us that it is nominative case. Dear friends, the second situation I will describe like subject plus am, is, are plus noun. Dear friends, you should be really attentive when we have such verbs as verb to be or to have. They are specific in English and they will be translated really specifically in Russian. So if you see those verbs, be very attentive. So if we have the verb to be in present time, we will translate this sentence. Noun after this verb to be will be translated also in nominative case. For example, Kate is a doctor. Dear friends, this sentence will be translated in Russian like Katya врач. And this verb to be in present time in Russian, it won't be translated, but the noun will be put into nominative case. So in this sentence we have two nouns and both of them will be in nominative. Kate, Katya, nominative, and is a doctor. Katya врач, врач also nominative. And dear friends, the last situation for you about nominative case. We use nominative case if compare something with our noun using preposition than or like. For example, she is like a cat. We will translate it like она, she, она, nominative, like как, a cat, кот, она как кот. And here word cat will be also nominative. Or for example, she is better than cat. She is better than cat. She, nominative, она, better, лучше, than cat, чем, кот. And again, cat will be nominative. So if we compare, it will be nominative case. But in Russian, we also have such sentences when we don't use prepositions like than and like. For example, the sentence, she is better than cat. In Russian, we also can translate without preposition чем, and we can say она лучше кота. Она лучше кота. And in this situation, when we don't use preposition, you see, there isn't already form кот. There is form кота. Ending a shows us that it is already genitive case. So if we don't have preposition, it will be genitive. Dear friend, the next case will be accusative case. Винительный падеж. Винительный падеж. And here it's also not so hard, because usually we use accusative case for direct object. So actually, dear friends, direct object we use for action which directed to the object. Dear friends, and in English direct object is called so because there is no preposition with it, right? We don't use a preposition with it. In Russian it will be not the same usually, but in most situations will be the same. So we don't have to use the preposition and our action is directed to the object. For example, I bought a gift for my friend. I bought a gift for my friend. Here we get two nouns, gift and friend, and where is direct object? You are right if you told me that it is a gift, because I bought what? Direct object without any preposition. And in Russian it will be the same. Я купил подарок. Я купил подарок. I bought what? Direct object. So word подарок is put it into accusative case. And then we get for my friend, для друга. It's already not direct object, that's why it's already not accusative case. Dear friends, the second situation, when we use the accusative, we use accusative if noun shows time, shows how long the action was lasting. For example, a day, a week, a month, like we say in English. For example, we work for a day. In Russian, we will translate it like мы работали день. Мы работали день. Without any prepositions, and word день will be into the accusative case. And dear friends, you may think that it's kinda looks like nominative, and it's so because some endings of accusative and nominative are the same. Dear friends, but as I told you, direct object, no preposition. In English it's so, but in Russian we have some prepositions which we use with accusative. But about them we will talk a bit later. I don't want to make you afraid right now. But we go to the next case, which is genitive case. In Russian we call it родительный падеж. Родительный падеж. Genitive case. Dear friends, as I told you that syntax and case are kind of close one to each other, here we also try to understand the genitive case through the syntax. So actually the function of the genitive case is really close to the attribute. Genitive case connected with noun, usually with direct object, and it usually specifies the object. It usually specifies the noun before it. So actually the main meaning of the genitive case in Russian kinda equal to the meaning of the English preposition of. So let's see some of the examples of using preposition of to understand genitive case better. For example, use of. Of is used for saying who or what has a particular feature, aspect, or quality. For example, the smell of unwashed clothes. And here we have object, the smell, and we kind of describe this noun like what kind of smell of unwashed clothes, and word clothes will be in genitive case, and in Russian we translate the sentences without any preposition. So the smell of unwashed clothes, запах грязного белья. Also we use of to show belonging to something, being part of something, relating to something. For example, a member of the team, член команды. Член команды. Of the team, команды will be in genitive. Dear friends, when we want to show that something belongs to somebody, in English we can say, for example, mug of father, кружка папы. Or we can say father's mug with apostrophe, right? So in Russian we will translate both of these situations like кружка папы, mug, кружка папы of father, and we shows us that it is genitive. Dear friends, also of and genitive case in Russian we use to show somebody something belongs to a group, often after words like some, a few, etc. For example, a few of the problems. In Russian we will say несколько проблем, and the word problem will be in genitive. Несколько проблем. And from this point we go to another point only for genitive, not for preposition of. We use genitive after amount. So for example, I see a lot of cats. A lot of, it's amount. So word cats will be in genitive. Я вижу много котов. Or I need a kilo of potatoes. Мне нужен килограмм картошки. So kilo is amount, and then goes potatoes, and it will be in genitive. Or how much money do you have? So we translate it in Russian like сколько денег у тебя есть? And word денег we have put it in genitive. So, dear friends, as I told you that you should really be attentive with such verbs as to be and to have, right now let's talk about to have. In Russian, actually, in present, the word to be and to have will be translated kind of the same, like есть. And if the verb to be usually in present we do not use at all, yes, like she is a doctor, она врач, no verb, right? So the verb to have in present will be translated like есть. And if we want to make negative form of this sentence where we have the verb to have, like we don't have, this form есть will be changed into another form like нет, like no, нет. Есть, we do have, we don't have, нет. And about this form нет, we have specific rule. So after word нет, if нет is like predicate, we should put noun into the genitive. For example, the sentence I have a cat. We will translate like у меня есть кот, but I don't have a cat. We will translate like у меня нет кота, ending a. У меня нет кота, ending a shows us that it is genitive. So after нет goes noun into the genitive case. Dear friends, and once again, let's have a look at the sentence. I have a cat. I translate it like у меня есть кот. I have a cat. У меня есть кот. Why I didn't translate like I, like я into nominative? But here I get, for some reason, preposition у and then меня. Why it's so? Actually, dear friends, if I would say я есть кот, it will be like I am a cat. So, dear friends, actually, to show in Russian the fact that you have something, you need to put this something what you have in nominative case. But the fact that you have it, I have it will be translated in Russian like у меня, у тебя. We use preposition у, and we use pronoun which we put in genitive. Dear friends, this situation you just need to remember that when you say I have, she has, they have, teacher has, cat has, and so on, you say u preposition and then you put word into the genitive and it will be like I have. У меня. And actually, dear friends, if you didn't know, all the prepositions, as in Russian, as in English, has the specific meaning. And preposition u in Russian means that something belongs to someone. So actually, preposition u already shows us that someone has something, and you already need to show who has it. And in this situation, I have it. So I say у меня. Some more example. Such a sentence. Singer has a good voice. And in English, we will say that singer is a subject. Has a good voice. A good voice will be has what direct object. But in Russian, it doesn't work like this. We put this direct object from English into the nominative case. And then we show who has it. A singer. So we say у певца, ending a shows that it is genitive. What singer has? У певца сильный голос. У певца сильный голос. And this verb есть, have, we can even not translate. So we can say у певца есть сильный голос. But actually in Russian we don't even usually use it because the form у меня, у певца, and so on with this preposition у already shows that someone has something, as I told before you. So dear friends, right now let's talk about the situation when we translate the sentence in English which has the preposition into Russian with the preposition. And right now we talk about prepositions which we use with genitive case. Before it we didn't have such situations, right now we do. So dear friends, the first preposition will be preposition for in English, and in Russian we will translate it like для. So dear friends, as in English, as in Russian, preposition for, для, used for saying who or what is intended to receive something or get the benefit of it. For example, I bought a cup of tea for you, and this for you will be translated into Russian like для тебя, and this тебя will be in genitive. For example, with noun, I bought this tea for a girl, для девочки, ending e shows that it is genitive. Also, as in Russian, as in English, for used for stating the purpose of an object or action. For example, we use the ist for da. We use the ist for da. Here we show the purpose, what for we do it. For, для. Мы используем дрожжи для теста. For dough, для теста. Genitive case. Also, for and для in Russian used for saying who has a particular feeling or opinion about something. For example, for me personally, it was a complicated disaster. For me will be для меня, and it will be genitive. But dear friends, right now I will show you why, if you will learn all the theory which I give you or another teacher, you still cannot be at the moment perfect in cases. And it is because sometimes preposition which we have in English will be not translated the same as in Russian. And that's why you will do mistakes using the cases. And that's why I do mistake when I talk in English, because I translate it like it's supposed to sound in Russian, but it translated not the same in English. I will tell you some other examples when in English you use preposition for, but we in Russian already don't use the preposition для in this situation, but we use preposition за, which goes with accusative case. For example, in English you use for saying that someone does something so that someone else does not have to do it. For example, Betty will take care of things for us while we are away. In Russian, this for us we will translate за нас, and it's already not genitive. Or for example, in English you use for in order to protect someone or something. We are here today to honor those who died for their country. We will translate it like за страну, for their country, за страну. Dear friends, and it's a problem why it's hard not doing mistakes at all. And I'm not the teacher who will say that you after some studies will be perfect. No, the situation which I told you about, those situations you need to learn, and for this you need time, because you will always find out new situation, and it will take you time to remember those. And that's why I decided that after some period of time I will also make a video where I will give you the most popular prepositions in Russian and situation when we use it, and which case we should use with this preposition. Dear friends, the next preposition will be preposition from in English, which in Russian we can translate as от, as is. So dear friends, I want you to remember that for genitive case we have three prepositions with f. Of, which in Russian will be translated like noun without any preposition, but noun in genitive. Preposition for, which in Russian will be translated usually like для, and with для goes genitive case in Russian. And preposition from, which in Russian will be translated like от or is, and with both of those prepositions goes genitive case. Dear friends, the next case which we're gonna speak about is dative, дательный падеж, dative case. So, when we use the dative, it answers to the question whom. So, dear friends, and in English, before the noun, which will be in Russian in dative, usually there is preposition to. Actually, the verb in English usually goes with preposition to, or it's possible to use with this verb preposition to. If it's so, it means the next noun should be in dative. And here you are an example. Give a fish to the cat. And here we got give, verb. A fish. Give what? Its direct object. And then we have give whom, give to the cat. And here this to the cat in Russian will be translated like коту in dative. Дай рыбу коту. Дай, verb, рыбу, fish in accusative, коту, dative. And pay attention that we do not translate to like something, but in some situation we have to translate to like preposition k. Dear friends, another example. Call me. Here we don't have preposition to, right? But can we say call to somebody? Yes, we can. And it means that with this preposition, the noun will be in dative in Russian. So call me, me will be in dative. So dear friends, let's talk about the situations when we do translate preposition to like k. And there is only one situation, when the verb is a verb of motion, like run, go, come, and so on. There is motion. For example, come to mama. Dear friends, come to mama. Here we got to, which will be translated into the Russian like k, because the verb come is the verb of motion. Иди к маме. Иди к маме. Here we get preposition k, and mame ending here shows us that it is dative. Dear friends, and right now I will tell you about specific situation when we use dative, which is not so easy to understand. Dear friends, and I will describe this situation like, if we have the verb to be, no matter which time, was, is, will, and so on. In English we have verb to be, plus we have condition. We have adjective which describes the condition of somebody. In this situation we will use noun into the dative. And right now I will show you the example. For example, we have in English such a sentence. Misha is bored. So here it is the verb to be like is, and bored the condition, right? So in this situation, our subject, as it is in English, in Russian will be translated with noun into the dative. And it's like, it is boring whom? Misha. It is boring to Misha, like this will be translated in Russian. So we say, Mishe скучно. Dear friends, how are you? I hope that right now it's still kind of okay and you start understand something. Because the next case which we're gonna talk about will be instrumental. And here, dear friends, it's much harder to understand. Because if before this all the cases was kinda understandable and there was kinda analogy in English, right now it will be harder to understand. So what is the instrumental case? In Russian we translate it like творительный падеж. And actually the instrumental case describes the verb. So if we had genitive which describes the noun, here we got instrumental which describes the verb. and it's actually close by its function to the adverb. So actually this case shows us how we do the action. Dear friends, and here you are some examples. We use instrumental case with the tool which we use to realize the action. For example, write with the pen. Write with the pen. We translate like писать ручкой. Писать ручкой. Ой shows us that it is instrumental and we do not need preposition in this situation. So you see, write how we will do the action. With the pen, писать ручкой. Or, for example, hit with the hand. Hit with the hand. Ударить рукой. Ударить рукой. Also, we use instrumental for passive voice to name the person who did the action or to name the tool. So for passive voice, for example, the picture is painted by artist. In active voice, we would have artist painted the picture, but in passive voice, we have the picture is painted by artist. And this by artist will be translated into one word in Russian, like художником, artist, художник, художником, by artist. Also, dear friends, try to remember that we use instrumental for following situation. I will give you this scheme. Verb plus s plus noun. For example, does something as and this noun will be into the instrumental. He works as a teacher. This as a teacher will be translated into Russian like one word – учителем. Он работает учителем. As a teacher, учителем. Dear friends, we use also instrumental when we talk about not a specific time, but about a period of time. For example, in the morning, in the evening, or we mean the season. We talk about season. In summer, in spring, and so on. For this period of time, we need to put noun into the instrumental. And here you are the example. Call me in the morning. Your friends, such phrase which we heard into the familiar song. Call me in the morning. We will translate it into Russian like позвони мне утром. So in the morning will be translated into Russian like утром. That's it. Позвони мне when? Утром. Dear friends, as I told you that actually instrumental shows us how we do the action. That's why we use instrumental to show the way of action. For example, in English, we have such sentence. Show me with your finger. And here we have show how, right? With the finger. And in Russian, we will translate it like покажи, show, пальцем, with your finger, пальцем. Or for example, in English, we can say speak in a whisper. Speak how? In a whisper. In Russian, we will translate it like говори шепотом. Шепот, nominative. How? Шепотом, instrumental. Dear friends, The next situation when we use instrumental, it will be for already known for us situation, like when we have to be plus noun. But here to be supposed to be in past or in future. We talk about present, but in past and future, after verb to be, will be noun into the instrumental. For example, Kate was a doctor, and we translate it like Катя была врачом. Dear friends, yes, it's kind of strange, right? Kate is a doctor. We translate like Катя врач. But Kate was a doctor. We translate like Катя была врачом. Or Kate will be a doctor. Катя будет врачом. And pay attention that in future and past, the verb to be already will be translated. Like была or будет. Dear friends, also we have situations when we do translate the preposition with, which we already have examples, like s in Russian, and after this also will be noun in instrumental. And here you are the situations when we use s like with in English and we translate it. With used to say that people or things are in a place together or are doing something together. He lives with his grandmother. In this situation, we will translate this sentence like Он живет с его бабушкой. He lives with his grandmother. Он живет с бабушкой, with grandmother. And grandmother we use in instrumental, бабушкой. The next situation when we use s in Russian, when we want to show that something having or including something. For example, a tall woman with dark hair. Высокая женщина с темными волосами. It's kind of about me. С волосами, with hair. С we translate, and волосами will be instrumental. Dear friends, and also we already said that we won't talk too much about prepositions, but I will give you some. Usually with prepositions like not, over, под, under, перед, in front, за, behind, между, between, and рядом, next to. So this preposition plus noun usually in instrumental. Dear friends, and here we are, the last case which we have to talk about, and it will be prepositional case. Dear friends, and I will describe you situations when we use this prepositional case, because as you could see that if it is prepositional, there isn't the specific meaning of it. So dear friends, we use prepositional case when we talk about object of speeches, thoughts or feelings, and we use verb plus Russian preposition or, which will be translated into English like about usually, and then noun. For example, think about children. To think about children. Думать о детях. We translate about like о, and детях will be into the prepositional case. Or talk about cats. Cats are all around us today. Talk about cats. Говорить о котах. About cats. О котах. Prepositional. So, dear friends, with such prepositions which in English sound like in, which in Russian we will usually translate like v, with preposition on and at, which in Russian we will usually translate like na. When we talk about place, in Russian we have two different questions. In English, usually we will have only one question, where, right, when we talk about place. But in Russian we have two different questions, like куда and где. And here we get really important difference between these two words. So difference, куда, the question куда refers to a direction. But the question где refers to a location. So if we have a location like result of somebody's action, we did something to be here, there will be the question куда in Russian. And it's really important to understand. If we have the question где, which again will be translated like where, it will be refers to a location, and we did nothing to be here. It's just fact that we are here. Dear friends, and right now you will see how those two questions are dependent to the case and how the meaning of our place will be connected with different cases. I give you the example. I live in New York. And the second example, I moved to New York. In the first situation, I live in New York will be what kind of question? Куда or где? It's direction or location. Here will be location. And we will say где. And translate like Я живу в Нью-Йорке. So we ask question где, location. And we should put this noun which shows the place into the prepositional. I live in New York will be translated like Я живу в Нью-Йорке. And in New York will be in prepositional в Нью-Йорке. But into the example, I moved to New York. We have the direction. We did something to be here, right? It's not like the fact like it was before, but here we have to do something to be here. In this situation, we will translate this New York into accusative case. We will ask, where did you move? And in Russian we'll translate it like куда ты переехал? Not где, куда, where, куда. Direction, we have here direction. And that's why this example we will translate like Я переехал в Нью-Йорк. Here too will be translated also like в. Куда? В Нью-Йорк. And you see the ending here already another. It's for accusative case. The first was в Нью-Йорке, ending here, prepositional. And here we got в Нью-Йорк, accusative. My dear and lovely viewer, that's actually it for this video. Can you believe in it? I can't actually, because it was really hard to film. I hope that right now you feel inside you that right now you do understand something about cases. And if it's so, it's already my win and yours win. But, dear friends, I really dare you, watch this video not for one time. Watch it wisely or 3 times, 4 times. You really need then this information would go deeply inside your mind. Also, dear friends, I dare you to write down the information which I gave you, because when you write down something, you will remember this better. And when you will work, for example, with cases, you will find out the notes and they will already help you when you will work. So please, dear friends, write down this material. Dear friends, and try to learn it also. I try to give you, this material really light, really easy to understand. I did everything that this situation with cases will be easier for you, and it won't be a problem. But right now, it's your time to work a bit. Then this material will go into your mind. If you want to say thank you to me, don't forget to press the buttons. Dear friends, but that's actually it for today. Yes, we did it. The next video will be practice. Then we will also talk about the all endings for the different nouns and so on. So don't be afraid if you don't understand right now the endings. It's okay. We didn't work for it today. But I forget to say that I love you very, very much. See you soon, so I could really Russian you, dear friends. Bye-bye.